Hey everybody, welcome to what we're going to be calling our new weekly videos on Mondays. It is called Mixed Up Monday. So today the first video is going to be called Movie Madness. So I'm going to be discussing a couple movies I saw over break up till today, which there's going to be about 4 movies that I'm going to talk about, see if you maybe have seen them, and I'll recommend if you should see them or not. So let's do it. Okay, so the first movie I want to talk about is called Get a Job. It has Anna Kendrick in it and Miles Teller, and it's a pretty funny movie. Definitely not a family movie. And it's about basically the millennial era. So it's about his character named Will and Jillian, and they just recently graduated out of college and they're trying to get a job. In the beginning of the movie, Miles thinks, well, not Miles, but Will, thinks that he has a job at a company, a video working company, and when he goes into his first day of work, supposedly, the boss tells him, no, you don't have a job here. So it's all about him trying to find a job that he likes and that he wants to do in his field with his passion instead of being narrowed down by like a company. His father ends up getting fired from his job that he worked at for like 30 years. He worked his way up to CEO and he got terminated. So it's about also him trying to find a new job. And Jillian, who's Anna Kendrick's character, she ends up having a job right out of college, but then they lay her off. So it's all about, well, as the movie says, getting a job, but they mock the millennial era and how the millennial era doesn't know what they're doing yet. And by the end of the movie, it's really interesting. I'm not going to spoil. You have to watch it, but it's pretty funny. It has a lot of swearing in it, so I wouldn't recommend it for little ones. It also has bong smoking in it too, so just warning there. But for me, I found the movie was hilarious. I didn't find it was the worst movie ever. I didn't find it was the greatest movie ever either. I found they could do a little more with the plot, but that's just my opinion. The characters were hilarious. The settings were beautiful. But in my opinion, I think there could have been more to the plot. But not that bad of a movie. Okay, so the second movie I want to talk about that I found was really good. It was nominated, I think, a year or two ago at the Golden Globes, and it was a phenomenal movie. I liked it. Was The Age of Adaline. I don't know if you can see it. There you go. Kind of. There we go. It stars Blake Lively in it, and Michael Huseman, Kathy Baker, and Harrison Ford. And I found it was really good of a movie. It's about Blake Lively's character named Adaline, and she ends up being born on New Year's Day I think it's 1908, yes, 1908, and she ends up getting into an accident about 20 years later after when she's born. She's married and she has a kid, and when she died, she ended up completely dying. Then she ended up getting struck by lightning, which somehow made her unage, and yeah, so she was basically unable to die as well. So it shows her living through the ages. Well, it doesn't show her living through the ages, but it shows her going from the 19th century up to the present, which I think it was in 2014 or 2015. And it shows her not having any commitments to anybody, that every couple of years she has to move because the FBI wants to find out why she isn't aging. So she ends up falling in love with, I gotta double check his name, Ellis. His name's Ellis. And he is phenomenal. He's such a nice guy. They end up meeting actually on New Year's in the year 2015, I believe. And she ends up really liking him, but she doesn't want to give full commitment because she doesn't want to go through living with him and then end up dying. And so by the end of the movie, I'm not spoiling, but it was really good of an ending. But it shows her plot trying to have a relationship with Ellis, and along the way she ends up meeting Ellis's parents, which is where Harrison Ford's character comes in. He recognizes Adaline from 1960, when apparently they used to date. And he is trying throughout the whole entire time of their visit, trying to prove that that's Adaline. And he actually did end up proving it to her. She runs away, and Ellis goes after her. It's a really good romantic movie. But that's all I'm going to say on that. You have to watch. My opinion, really good. Loved it. And that's all I'm going to say on that. On to movie number 3. It is You're Not You by, starring Hilary Swank in it. And it's about Hilary Swank's character named, I gotta keep finding these names because I keep forgetting them. Anyways, Hilary Swank's character, ended up being a beautiful pianist in the beginning. She's married to Josh Hummel, or not Josh Hummel, to Hamill, and she is a beautiful pianist. She plays and she has almost basically the perfect life with him until she discovers her body is telling her she has ALS. So it's about her life going from the perfect life to struggling with ALS. And it's a really good movie. Emmy Ross's character ends up coming into the picture to be her caretaker, and they end up having a relationship. And this movie really shows the struggles with ALS, not only on the person that has ALS, but the people that are connected to the person that has ALS. So, for example, Hilary Swank's husband in the movie, he ends up cheating on her, and she ended up finding out through her caretaker, which is Emmy Ross's character, ends up checking the email and ends up finding out that he is having an affair. So it kind of shows that struggle with the love life there, and then shows with the new friendship between Hilary Swank's character and Emmy Ross's character. And it's a definite tearjerker. The ending will make you cry. I cried, and I don't cry much for movies, but it made me bawl my eyes out. It shows Hilary Swank is a beautiful actress and an amazing actress. She shows how she started off being completely fine to each stage of ALS affecting her. It went to how she can't take care of herself at all. Like she can hardly move anything, to her having struggles with breathing, still having the positive mindset. So still having a positive mindset, but also showing the struggles with ALS and wanting to go back to how she was. But it also shows like her during the stages of ALS, your respiratory system shuts down, so it shows the struggle with that as well. But I highly recommend it. It's a beautiful movie. I loved it dearly. It made me cry. If you definitely want a tearjerker, this is the movie for you. And on to movie number 4. Okay, on movie number 4. It is one I saw this weekend, and I recommend for anybody to go see it who likes kids' movies about the same time, who likes those. It's not fully an action-y movie, but has that kind of mystery to it. It's called Monster Trucks, and it stars Lucas Till and Rob Lowe in it. So the movie is about Trip, coming from a separated family, and he is trying to find himself. He's a teenager. He's trying to escape high school and trying to escape his town, and he ends up in the end of the movie he does end up escaping, but I'll get to it. So he works at a junkyard, and he's trying to make his own set of wheels because he doesn't have his own vehicle, so he's trying to make a truck. Hold on to that point of info. Okay, so in another part of the movie, in the fully beginning of the movie, we go to this oil company called Ventralax, and they end up discovering that while they're digging, that there is a layer of water which can have an ecosystem and it can have life. The people don't. Rob Lowe character says, "Go ahead and do it. I don't care." While doing that drilling, they end up having life come up through the piping and destroying half their plant. So, going back now to the junkyard where Lucas Till works, Trip, he ends up discovering that there's something in the yard. He doesn't know what it is, but it's freaking him out. So, the first time he ends up encountering this creature, he ends up locking it away, calls his stepfather, Rick, to come check it out, to be like, no, like there's something here, you need to come check it out. I wouldn't call you otherwise. And when his dad finally shows up, boy who cried wolf, the creature's not there, and he's bamboozled by it. The second time, he ends up setting up a trap for it. He discovers that the creature loves oil, so he plants it on the crush machine so he can kill the thing. And what ends up happening is he actually starts having feelings for the character for the creature, and he ends up dropping the remote. But as he dropped the remote, it activated the machine to try to crush him, and he ended up saving the creature. As the movie continues, he names the character Creech, or the creature Creech, ironically, and Creech ends up being his engine for his car, because they discover that he has energy in his tentacles that can power up the truck, so hence the movie Monster Trucks. But they discover, he meets up with his tutor named Meredith, who's really good in biology, and she ends up finding out about the creature, and they go throughout the whole movie trying to escape the FBI, who are trying to capture this creature. Later on, about halfway through the movie, we discover that Creech has a family, and the company Ventralax ended up capturing his mom and Creech's mom and dad. So Creech wants to go save him, so he leaves Trip and Meredith and goes to go save his parents. Ends up getting captured in the process. So then Trip comes up with a huge plan to make 2 more trucks that are like his own, to have the creatures go into the truck so they can drive them back home so they can be free. And I'm not spoiling that ending, and you'll just have to watch to find out. But I honestly think great movie, highly recommend it. It's a really good kids movie, but I loved it too, and I'm not a kid. But yeah, that's my take on this movie. Glad you guys liked Movie Madness with me, and tune in tomorrow to see another cool video from me or Sam. You'll have to just wait and find out. Bye!